You caught me eating again. Oh my god, how many suppers must you catch me eating? This is already the second time. Hi everyone, welcome to the Pawsry show. I'm Pawsry Wolf. Um, sorry if recently I haven't been so active. Because yeah, the GFTV has started to focus more in mainland China. Our presence is rapidly growing right there. No jokes. We ever since have posted our first video into mainland China. Things have been growing and flourishing a lot while over there. Well, okay, so basically, I mean, it's not something that the GFTV ever had before. Rapid growth, sudden growth that came out. It okay. Let me just. Well, I really hope. Yeah, everything's focusing on me. And yeah, so basically, how am I feeling? Well, so better. So I don't know. It's like in the uh, western side of free fandom, is like we are not so much well known. I mean, I don't know how. I mean, so much people in mainland China ever since we put up our first video on Bilibili. It went so viral. Everything, I don't know. It's like um holy crap. It's okay. Absolutely thought I was dreaming, and yeah. So basically, here is Wait a second. Is my voice actually coming in or something? Glitch. Your new fursuit is eerie, huh? Nice. Hmm. Let me listen. Oh, okay. This is a Pawsry show. Viral. Every. Okay. Wait a second. Oh yeah. Okay. I just realized that. Okay. Wrong. I just realized that during the screen recording, I forgot to turn the microphone on over here. The camera has the sound, but it is not enabled in the screen scene. Oh my goodness. So ever since just now when I'm showing you the Bilibili channel, you cannot actually hear my voice at all. Yeah. So, let's watch the latest episode of Ash Coyote's Furry Center documentary series, huh? No one's watching. Think our age in the Western community is over, and a new age begins in mainland China. I actually was thinking if, yeah, if we continue, I mean, if our mainland Chinese channels continue to grow, our Western like sort of isn't, we may be going to shift our operations and our focus entirely into mainland China. That means that we might be taking down or integrating our Western channels into the Chinese channels and other programs that we shifted into China. But yeah, anyway, so right here, this Ash Coyote's latest episode.
The thing about furry is that it can be anything to anybody. There's so many definitions for what it can be to somebody, and that just attracts such a wide breadth of people to the point where it feels like such an interesting, fascinating melting pot. I didn't initially join though. There was like a period in my life where I discovered furries. Was like, okay, I like talking animal people, sure. People get like bullied a lot for being a part of this community, and I grew up already like that, so I was like, oh, I don't want to associate myself with another group that'll get bullied, so and then later on I'm like, a lot of my friends were furries, so I'm like, fine, I'll do it.
I knew that there was something like different about me at a very young age. When I was like 12, 13, I started to like realize my interest in, not straight things, I guess. But I always kind of pushed it away.
I come from a very small southern town. Me being bisexual, I was really scared to even mention it to my parents.
My sister, God bless her, was bisexual. One time she brought a girl home, and it was this whole thing. I learned what not to talk about with my family. And when I was 15 years old, my mom told me directly to not be bisexual after my sister came out as bisexual.
Well, I'm going to get married at the age of 19, and I'm going to set my life up for the rest of it. And stay in the military for 20 years, and yeah, I realized very quickly that that's not what I wanted. There was so much of my life that I wanted to experience, but I couldn't because I trapped myself in at a very early age with a situation that I wasn't comfortable with.
Being in the fandom, the community is so positive with LGBT and all that kind of stuff. That helped me a lot because it gave me a place to be myself and to do what I like to do.
The furry fandom has really pushed me into a much more stable lifestyle than I ever expected. And it's really changed me in both an emotional stability aspect as well as just being more open with my own self.
That helped me build the confidence to tell my parents at age 22 that I'm gay. If something were to go wrong, I have my friends in the fandom to support me and be there for me. It allowed me to not be scared anymore.
It's very interesting being a female creator in the fandom because so much of the fandom is made up of gay men, frankly, LGBTQ individuals. Overall, it's been great, but you do have some instances of misogyny.
There's more meetings for only male people, and when you are you get in those meetings, sometimes they reject you. Sometimes you have to act a little bit more male-ish to be accepted in their male congregations. It sounds kind of bad and hard, but it's true.
Select few men go, ew, girls are gross, yuck, I don't want anything to do with them. And I've actually had people at conventions like approach my table and go, oh, I didn't know that you were a girl. Like, I wanted to buy from you, but like, I'm still making the same art that you liked. Why does my gender matter? But overall, it's very positive.
And being a fursuit maker female is very interesting because, like in Mexico, we even took a picture of all the female fursuit makers and it was only one male. And it was like 10 females. Females are... We are invading the world. Whoa.
When you think of big companies, it's always guys running them, but in the fandom, it's a lot of females doing the running of everything, which is a really nice change of pace.
This community's definitely made me more comfortable with myself. Like, it's because of this community that I understood that I wasn't, straight, for example. Oh, actually, it's really weird. This community also helped me realize I was gay and also not entirely gay. It was very strange. Oh, like, I'm not entirely straight, and, like, I appreciated that. But then, like, at the same time, like, years and years later, like, I never actually, like, been with a woman, and like I didn't really feel comfortable like trying to confirm if I was entirely gay or not. But this community feels so accepting that like I felt a lot more comfortable exploring that side. And so I've just realized over time that sexuality is fluid in a spectrum, at least in my opinion. And if I didn't have this community, I don't think I might have been able to figure that out. So I appreciate it for that. Of course, we have our schemas or ideas of what like it means to be male or female, masculine or feminine.
When I first joined the fandom and I started to discover my sexuality, it was the art that I was getting was a great avenue to explore that. I like made a character that I found represented me so well, and started doing art which is like gender bent. Oh, I did this fun thing, what do you think about this? And then people are like, oh yeah, that's really cute, and that looks like you still, kind of thing. And it's still you, or it's more like you, or something like that. And then to get art with friends and that kind of thing, you post the art and then there's a bunch of comments that are like, oh, this is hot, this is great. And then you feel good about that and you're like, yeah, okay, like the way I've been feeling for the longest time is okay, and it's okay to be like that. And it feels good to be that person. And there's these people that are there to back me up. And then it just allows you to explore more and be more true to yourself in a lot of ways. So I identify as non-binary and go by they or them. It's tightly linked to all aspects of who I am. My passion was always science, and science intrinsically is just non-binary.
Discipline of atmospheric science, one of the key aspects of the diversity of this group is use. I want to test how colonies react to various pesticides. In fact, from 1960.
There was this big queer and science movement that happened. It's called 500 in STEM. And they wanted people to share their stories about them coming out and being okay in the scientific community. And I took that opportunity to write a little bio about me. And my advisor saw it. He sent me an email and was like, I completely support you with this. I shared the email on my furry Twitter, and it blew up. Like, there was so many people that saw it. Somehow, my department ended up finding it, retweeting it. We're happy to have students that are like this in our department. It was phenomenal. And that kind of confidence, I wouldn't have been able to do that without furry and all that backing that I had, especially on the internet. You have this big community of people that are so supportive on digital media that you can access all the time.
For some people, I've noticed when people, I'm sure people who are watching this, I'm probably the first person I've ever seen talk about this kind of thing. Like a common trope in furry interviews, like, oh, I'm very anxious and shy, but the community like helps me come alive when I wear this fursuit, for example. I don't feel like fursuiting makes me less shy. I think it makes me more socially introverted because I find it harder to communicate with a suit on. Whereas with drag, that's when I really come alive because like I feel like I'm somebody else. I can be like the sassy person. The funny thing about drag and me is that I actually became a drag queen because of this community. Because I had a friend named Quick who wanted to do a music video for David Guetta's Where Them Girls At. And I was like, I want to be Nicki Minaj. I had never done anything like that, but I just like wanted to embody them. Like even growing up, I would like see anime and I was like, oh, I love when they have their hair in bangs and stuff and it's all feminine. Like I wish I could be like that. Because like as a 9-year-old, you don't realize you can do that. And so I stuck with it and kept building. Now I am this monster that I am today with my name on my hat. I didn't make this, but I like it. Drag can mean a lot of things, but it more or less encompasses just gender expression. And I think it's just nice to explore that entire spectrum. There's really no reason to just like restrict yourself unless you really want to, but like I personally enjoy getting to be both masculine and feminine and just not putting myself in one box.
Hey everyone, it's Ash, director of the segment that you just saw. We're doing a Kickstarter right now for Season 2 of the fandom. If you've enjoyed the series thus far, please consider donating to it or to our Patreon so that we may make a bigger and better series. We're doing a Kickstarter right now for Patreon focused on
How? Just how? How did they get this to work? How did they do this and get it to work so well? I don't get it. Hey, and welcome to my recap of our trip to Rockhampton for Capricorn, where I had the absolute pleasure of being an invited guest. When Capricorn first contacted me, I admittedly hadn't heard of them, but from what I could see, it looked like a nice little small pop culture-y, steampunky kind of convention that was still kind of building itself up. I found it strange they'd be inviting a furry, but apparently Rockhampton did have quite the solid little furry community. So I thought,
Wait, I totally forgot. Wait a second. I totally forgot I am doing this stream. Why am I recently so forgetful? Oh my god. I mean, God man. Browsing my phone, I looked up and watched Pokari Rules videos as usual. And I was like, oh my god, I'm doing a stream. When I looked up, then I saw that flash, and I saw that light over there that lights up when recording. I was like, oh shit. God. So people, yeah, just now that I talked about the GFTV connecting into mainland China, right? So we focus on that. I would have to tell you first that GFTV won't be so active on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and even your website as well, as we continue to develop our Bilibili channel, and it will affect the timings of GFTV first stream and also the Pawsry show, GFTV first stream, and also GFTV third wave international. It will affect these timings, maybe. If we choose to continue to do these programs, yeah, it will not be affected lah. But if we start to focus even more on, yeah, mainland China. What am I talking about right now? Just came back after swimming and I'm feeling so tired right now. Oh my god. Don't know what I'm talking about. But anyways, we will be adjusting timings to facilitate to make more room for our development to make more room for us to develop. What the F is this? To give us more room to develop in mainland China. Yeah. So while these timings are yeah, if these arranged timings cause any inconvenience, we deeply apologize. Adjusted timings will come soon, and yeah, if you want to catch us on a more active platform, it will be on Bilibili. And we are starting to become so active. It's like more active than us on Twitter and YouTube combined. Oh my god. It can be really fun in mainland Chinese websites as well. Don't just look at their firewall and the censorship stuff. Actually, it can be very fun in the mainland Chinese websites. So actually, if you want to see a really active, should I say, free community, I think you can go and look up on the mainland Chinese furry community on the Chinese social media platforms. So, yep. I don't know, recently I'm so out of ideas. And maybe actually we will be more active on around June onwards to around September, then December, then around December to April, around there, I don't know. We will be giving out the timings, so do stay tuned. And so that's pretty much it. Sorry people for recently that I have not much ideas, and also the lack of activity on Twitter for the past week as well, and recently as well, because yeah, like I said just now, I'm bringing resources, I'm sending all resources and activity, and yeah, to develop our presence and footing in mainland China. So far it's been great, and we would like to bring it to the same level as our Western GFTV channels. So Well, I think that's pretty much it for the Pawsry show. Um, and also Ash Coyote's very documentary series. Remember about the Shadow Man thing? Well, I think it's already lifted, I guess, but I don't know. But anyways, we GMTV really love their videos. It is really great, and yeah, we see really big potential with those videos as well. Fairy Film Festival has also featured uh, Ash Coyote's first in the documentary series. So I'm very sure that, well, I don't know how to describe, but what I can describe is I see a bright future ahead for this documentary series. So, yeah, without further ado, let's end this broadcast today. And for GFTV first stream, actually, maybe we will actually reschedule that. GFTV first stream actually is a chill streaming, but it's ironical that every Sunday there will be this stream. The chill stream is like something that I choose to do at any day I like. Yeah, that's what most of the free YouTubers out there like look like this how they look at chill streams. So that's pretty much it. All the adjusted timings will come soon. That will be temporary, and until the day where we will be seen as moving more and more active and active as usual. See you all by then, and hope to see some of you in our Bilibili channel. I really hope to see some of you up there actually. Don't just look at so much Chinese and all those things. Actually, I really want to see you all up there. Who, see what and how do you all think of Bilibili? Okay, I'm getting so tired now. Any words that I speak from now on is getting very, very messy. Just feel like sleeping right now. So I am gonna go sleep soon. That's pretty much it. I'm Positive Wolf. See you all and goodbye.